Ask any successful investor and they'll tell you that mindset and psychology is the key ingredient to being successful. We're about to meet an amazing man, Dr. John Hinwood, who's the author of this book, You Can Expect a Miracle. He's had a successful career over many decades and has now helped thousands of other people worldwide. Let's have a chat and hear what he's got to say. Hey, great to meet you, John.
Good to meet you, Dale.
So, John, tell us, give us a snapshot of your background and what you do today.
By profession, I'm a chiropractor. Originally, I was a teacher back in the 60s and taught in Australia, in England, in Denmark, South Africa. And in 1973, I went to Canada, became a chiropractor. We just driven Africa from north to south, and we've been living in South Africa, and I decided I wanted to study chiropractic.
Fantastic. And you're also now an author and also a speaker. Just tell us briefly about why you got into that and sharing your messages with so many people.
Well, it was interesting. In 1977, when I graduated in Toronto, Judy and I went to a seminar which is the largest gathering of chiropractors in the world, and it's usually held in Dallas. And it's to do with practice management, the human side of practice, caring for people, the sort of stuff they don't teach you anywhere in medical school, dental school, or chiropractic school. It's heavily geared in academia. It's not in the social side of practice. It's not in the communication. It's not in relationship building. That sort of doesn't seem to matter. It's all about gaining the knowledge. So to be a success in practice, if you don't work on relationships, if you don't work in caring for people, you don't have a practice. No matter how brilliant you are at what you do. And at this seminar, I went into the supply area where they sold so many products. I saw these plastic signs and they said, "Expect a miracle." And it just attracted me. And I bought two of them, took them back to Toronto, and put them in my two consulting rooms. And people continually commented to me.
Just the words, "Expect a miracle."
They said, "Oh, I could do with one of those." And I said, "Well, you're in the right place. You know, I know chiropractic can help you. And expect a miracle. It's amazing what's going to happen." Later in 1987, I was doing a program. A lot of people who are watching this would have heard of Robert Kiyosaki, who brought a program to Australia called Money and You. In end of '86, I did the second one in '87 with my wife, and his assistant DC Cordova, who ran all the logistics, was a Chilean woman. And in 1985, Judy and I were too old by that time to adopt children in Australia. Then we went to Chile and adopted three older children. And DC was very, very interested that we'd adopted Chilean children because she's being a Chilean person. And she said to me, "You know, that's wonderful." And she just put a hand in her purse. I'm putting mine in my pocket, and she gave me this little card that says, "Expect a miracle."
Expect a miracle.
And I said, "Where did you get those?" She said, "Well, I've been handing those out now for about 10 years, and I was living in Honolulu. I used to attend a Unity church." And she said, "You buy them in packs of 25 there." And I said, "Well, are those cards copyrighted?" She said, "No, not at all." She said, "Unity Church just had them just to help people." So I said, "Great. Do you mind if I have some printed?" She said, "Go for it." So I had some printed, and then I would hand them out to my patients. So you may come in and you've had a bit of a tough day, and I'd say, "Here we go. Here's a card, Dale.
Expect a miracle."
I said, "You need one of those." And it just became a trademark of what I did. So,
and tell us about, have you had some success stories of some people that have taken a card and gone off and have amazing things happen in their life?
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's how this book came about, you're holding in your hand. It just came about through all these things that had happened in life through practice. And then I started to hand them out wherever I went. So any store I went to, anything I purchased, and I still do it. I've been doing this now for 22 years. I give people Expect a Miracle cards. You know, when I greet people, I give them, "Correct it, Expect a Miracle card." I just give them to people. And consequently, it's amazing what people do to you. You play the game. It is a game. And if you're a victor, you know there's going to be the side of the game where you're not going to do too well. You've got a learning experience, and the learning experience side over here is going to be big, and success side over here is going to be small. But on that success side, you'll often have some massive successes.
Great. We'll just get a final thought that you'd like to leave us with before we depart.
To me, the thing is that to be a victim, you have to live in that state. To be a victor, you make sure you surround yourself with people who are like-minded. And they think the same as you, they act the same as you, and they want what you want. And it may mean you have to let go of people who you consider to be friends and find some new ones who share your joy, they share your passion, and they live in the same space that you live in. I've seen many people who've had miracles happen in their lives through what they've done in their planning. They've gone out there, they've planned something, and that planning has come through. As Henry Ford said once, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you're probably right. And in these current times, I know many people who are friends of mine and colleagues who are doing exceptionally well in investment. Why are they doing that way? Because they expect a miracle, they do great due diligence, and they're looking for opportunities. Because opportunities never leave us. If you believe they do, they do. But if your expectation is you can create an opportunity, you can find an opportunity, you always will. And I know friends right now, I know colleagues of mine who are experiencing the best, the most productive time, and the time that's giving them the most income. It's producing the largest return on investment they've ever had in these current times. If you're out there, you put it out, you expect a miracle, it's amazing what will come to you. Go to it.
Great, thanks so much. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.